spray. Second thing we do, where am I putting the heel and lace pads?
And then on the side.
Alright, so one on the heel, and then I'll rip the other one in half, so it's that size, and I'll stick one here, one there. Because those A to A, B to B's are pulling that way. So we're trying to prevent basically cuts in the back from all that crossing, and blisters up here from all the pulling, the friction. So do I put the pre-wrap all the way up to the toes?
Go.
So I want to follow the angle of the foot, but I want to be down just a little bit so I can get some tape directly on the skin. Do I care how you pre-wrap it? Just like an ankle, whatever you do for that. We're just not going up the leg. It's kind of up to you. First thing we do is anchor strips. High as we can on the toe, on the foot without being on the toes, right? So that means it's got to go at an angle. I'm going to pull the tape out because I don't want to compress the foot. So in this case, I don't have enough tape. So I'll pull it the opposite direction. I'm not pulling that way. Tear it, then I can lay it down. I'm going to do a couple of those. So I'm going to overlap about half the width. Do I care about that little roll right there? No. Because to get rid of it, I would create a ridge, and it's about the same issue for the individual. So I do my A to A, B to B. I want to make sure at this point, if I haven't already, that that foot is in neutral. So 90 degrees, and then not inverted, not everted, right in the middle. So A to A-ish, B to B-ish, start on the side of the foot, over the heel, right? So kind of on the Achilles. Just tear that off, like I said, no reason to tape it down. I want to apply some tension, and I'm going to go to the same side. Doesn't have to touch. This one didn't touch, doesn't matter. A to A-ish, anywhere on that side. Hopefully it's in the right spot. But again, I make sure that's tacked down, apply some tension underneath the arch, tear it. I'm going to do about 3 of those overlapping a little bit. So I get the arch covered, the bottom of the foot covered. I don't have a ton of room to bring the tape way up or way down, but just changing the angle a little bit is enough to then move where that tape is, right? So now it's overlapping about half the width there. Lateral side's a little harder because I don't have as much space to get that tape on the side. You can apply that tension as you're pulling up. So most of the bottom of the foot is covered. Tiny bit there, but the arch side's all covered. I'm alternating A, B, A, B, A, B. Next thing is arch supports. So I'm going to take the tape, pull it out on this first one. I want just enough tape to kind of wrap over the first metatarsal. Same thing on the, oops, a little high there. On this medial side, I'll apply a little tug, but I'm not going to apply as much as I will later. I don't need or want them to touch. I want to wrap around kind of over that, the extension, the metatarsal that's related to that pinky toe. Notice the tension I'm using to pull up now towards Orissa. So I pull some tape out so I can just apply it there. I don't need any tension here. Where I need the tension is there in the arch pulling up. Right, so I lay it down, then I pull it up. Notice I keep that tension the whole time. I don't then let it down to tear it. Or I don't tear it and then let it down to apply the tape. The whole time I've got to apply that tension, and I tear it with that tension and just lay it down. I'm pulling as hard as I can. And the harder I pull, the easier it is to tear. So from there, I need to close it, right? Just have my closure strips. So I'm pulling tape out right over the top to keep the edges of those arch supports together. overlapping half the width. I don't want any gaps. I don't want to see any green of the pre-wrap underneath. And it looks like we're good to go there. All there is to it.